Hello and welcome to Deadline Horror News Live here for April 20th, 2022. I'm Josh. I'm joined here with Donnie
Hey,
and the Professor Smoke.
What's up?
Will couldn't join us as per usual. He's on his Wednesday night assignment. And of course, I was on vacation last week, so you guys had to pick up and carry the torch without me.
yeah,
I admittedly did not get to watch it, but maybe like about half of it. But it sounded like you guys did a good job. So
I appreciate it. Yeah,
you
it was.
you got through it.
Yeah, yeah. I have performance anxiety, so it was. It was a struggle.
You know,
But we got through it.
they make pills for that. So.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Um, but anyways, of course, we are from the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast. Good Lord.
Yeah,
You can tell I'm
rusty, huh?
Yeah. It's supposed to be like riding a bike, but it's not.
Mm.
But anyways, we're from the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast. And as always, of course, we want to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel down below. Click on the bell to be notified when we upload new videos and when we do these live streams every Wednesday night around 9 p.m. Eastish. We want you to also become a supporter of the Spook Show by going over to patreon.com/AA Spook Show and sign up to become a patron. We have levels starting at $1, $3, all the way up to a crazy $1,000 Spook Show Insanity level, which you just need to go look at it. Over there, we have video minisodes featuring the Library of the Professor every Tuesday, bonus podcast every month, like Spook Show Rewinds and Craster Piece Theater. That's a big hit. Professor's retro review, written articles, tons more. So go over to patreon.com/AA Spook Show for all that. We also want to remind you that episode 104 is out now. And it's another milestone episode because it is the debut of our new little sub series, Cannon Fodder, where we just pick something at random from the Canon Films library and we discuss it. And we spun the wheel right here on Deadline Horror News Live just a few weeks ago. Well, hell, it's probably knocking on a month ago now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and we landed on Over the Top. So that is out now as we speak. Over the Top from 1987, the classic arm wrestling for the custody of your child in a big rig flick with Sylvester Stallone. And we also have a special segment from author of the Canon Film Guide, Austin Trunick. He's gonna have a recurring segment on those Cannon Fodder episodes. So he made his debut on that one. So wherever you get your podcast, go over and hunt down All-American Spook Show so you can listen to the newest little sub-series we got going, Cannon Fodder. And then next week, we return to our every other week, every 2 weeks horror reviews. This time we spun the wheel and it's Donnie's choice. And he chose Phantasm from 1979. So that's another one to behold.
Oh man, that was just so much fun, dude. It's like, and I don't want to give any jokes away from the episode, but it's just a lot of fun to record, man.
Yeah, it was
a lot of fun to watch too.
Who did I keep forgetting who we were missing? Who was on Smoke? Were you there for that?
Yeah, Smoke was there.
I did not get to meet y'all halfway with episode 104, unfortunately. But
it was.
I was in Orlando.
Yeah, you were out for Deathgasm.
80 days.
Yeah,
Deathgasm and that one. Yeah, and Over the Top.
Yeah, Over the Top, and so it was Will that was not with us for Phantasm. Peek behind the curtain, we already recorded it. So, but yeah, anyways, that will come out next Monday, April 25th at 6 p.m. East. Unless you're a patron at the $5 level, you will get it early. Like I said, it's already in the can. We're putting it together deep in the bowels of the headquarters as we speak, and we'll be getting that out on Patreon here very soon. Probably at least what's today, Wednesday, probably by Friday. No guarantees, but hopefully by Friday.
Yeah,
it'll be available over on Patreon. So you want to become a patron at that $5 level, so you get it early. You'll be one of the cool kids. You're listening early. Of course, we've got this month's Craster Piece poll. There you have it. Now, this is obviously the month of April for what we will do on Craster Piece Theater in May. So you see your 4 choices there. Good God Almighty. These polls just get worse and worse every month.
Oh man, that's the
I would guess my personal highlight would be No Holds Barred.
Yeah.
I think it's all down shit hill from there. You got Cats, you got The Wicker Man, not the original, the one with Nicolas Cage. and then Super
The
Mario.
bees, not the bees.
Yeah, the bees. Those are your 4 choices. So whatever kind of fresh hell you want to put us through, there's 4 different levels of it right there. And we will have, by the way, Nothing But Trouble very soon, which which leads us to the next little slide that we have here, the coming soon. So beyond what we just talked about, episode 106 will be the next edition of Cult Corner, and we're going to be talking about The Big Lebowski.
Wow.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
So much.
Yeah, that movie is awesome, and I'm looking forward to that episode. And then once again, I'm looking forward to this. This was Smoke's choice. Episode 107 is his turn on the wheel, and he chose Session 9 from, I believe it was 2001, right, Smoke?
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, you see there, Craster Peace Theater, Nothing But Trouble. That will be up by the end of the month. That's this month's turd. So that will be available before the end of the month. Promise you, over on patreon.com/AASpookshow. So I guess that's enough of pushing our wares on people. Donnie, what's the latest deadlines in horror news?
All right, so it's kind of interesting. We talked about Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. It was a few weeks ago on DHN.
It might have come up even a couple of times, I think.
Yeah,
for whatever reason,
I think
it keeps coming up in the news cycle here.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly possible. We also covered Nosferatu in the 100 Years of Horror episode, which was episode 98 in the Spook Show archives. But
that's the original Nosferatu.
Yeah,
1922. Yeah,
1922. Yeah. But F.W. Murnau directed the original 1922 version of Nosferatu, but Robert Eggers is having a hell of a time getting this off the ground, and it may actually be dead. He had mentioned in a recent interview that the ghost of Murnau is basically trying to, I guess, thwart his efforts, because making this movie or getting funding for this movie has proved damn near impossible, to where he's considering giving up. So I don't know. Smoke, you're a big fan of Robert Eggers. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Eggers and a fan of Nosferatu, both the original Murnau film as well as the remake from, I believe, 1979, I want to say, by Werner Herzog, which, if anybody's recalled who watched our episode of our favorite remakes, I think it was my number 2, I want to say, favorite remake of all time. But and then also would love to see this Robert Eggers film go forward. Also because of the announcement of Willem Dafoe in the role of Count Orlok, or in the role of Nosferatu, which he played in Shadow of the Vampire, for anybody who's ever seen that movie. And I forget exactly what year it was, 2000 something, early 2000s, I want to say, or mid 2000s. So I mean, he'd be great in the role. I just hopefully he can get the funding, get everything together, and get it going, because I know it's been a bane for him ever since After the Witch. I think he announced his next movie after The Witch was going to be Nosferatu, and it fell through at that point. Then he went forward with The Lighthouse, and now of course he's got The Northman coming out this Friday, which I'm dying to see. That's probably my most anticipated film of 2022, and I just hope he can get it off the ground.
Yeah, I think even one of the quotes that I saw from Robert Eggers in that interview that you're referencing, Donnie, was basically like, maybe it's just because he's not German that he just can't get, because Werner Herzog was able to do it, but like that's it.
Yeah. That's funny.
Who knows?
And me, I'm not that hugest fan of remakes, and this will be the second time this movie's been remade, but it's Robert Eggers, so I think it would be a visual feast. So hopefully he can get it done.
Yeah, it holds a little bit more weight.
Nothing is above anyone, but like it seems to me like Eggers should just be doing his like original type stuff. Just keep doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He really doesn't. Does anyone really need to do it? It's been done. Leave it alone. That's what I say.
Well, like I said, it's my second favorite remake of all time, the Werner Herzog one. In the original Nosferatu is certainly in my probably top. If I had to pick top 20 or 30 horror movies, it would be in there. And but yeah, I mean, I think he would do a great job.
Yeah,
visually, with his style, especially if you think of The Lighthouse. He's already did a great job.
I'm sure it would be great, but it's just unnecessary. That's just my opinion. But hey, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Kind of moving on to the next headline. Knock at the Cabin is currently filming in. I'm not exactly sure where it's filming, but it's M. Night Shyamalan, which I always fuck up his name.
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan Ding Dong. I think he goes like Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Everybody for some reason says Shyamalan Ding Dong. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah. So this is his 15th feature. I would say probably a very polarizing director. He's you either love him or you hate him. But no. So the release date for this is tentatively February 3rd of next year. So 2023. So yeah,
smart to get that tentative line in there because God knows things are very fluid these days as far as movie releases are concerned.
Yeah. Potholes are aplenty.
Yeah. Such is the world we live in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a enormous fan. I'm not really even a fan of his features, but yeah, I don't know. I probably won't see it unless we do it on the show.
He's always polarizing is probably a good way of describing his work. I will say that I've liked a lot of his stuff. I wouldn't necessarily say like Smoke, you said, oh, the next Robert Eggers film, I got to see it. I'm not. I wouldn't say. I don't know how many people are like that for the next M. Night Shyamalan. Like, oh man, Shyamalan.
Yeah,
I don't know. 50-50. But I've liked a lot of what he's done. I mean, I defy you to find a better work than his, The Sixth Sense.
I was gonna say that was his debut, right? His very first one. Started out with a bang, and then everybody's on everybody's radar, and then then he made a few other movies.
Yeah,
and the varying degrees of.
There's a few more I really like. Like wasn't it called Devil, where they're like trapped in the elevator or whatever? That one.
I never saw that one. But I heard. See, I guess that's different. One, yeah. There's part of that polarizing thing because I've heard a lot of bad stuff about Devil. But you said you liked it though.
I enjoyed it. Granted, it's been since it came out that I saw it, but I would recommend checking it out. Maybe that's something we can get to on the show here, just so you can have a chance to sit down and watch it. But yeah, there's that one and a few others that I've enjoyed. So we'll see. I mean, I'll give it a shot.
I mean, most recently his movies weren't terrible. I mean, The Visit was decent, and then what was the one that Old, right? That took place on the island. That one was, it wasn't great, but I mean, it's better than some of his middling movies he had done in that time period. So
unfortunately, he screwed himself with The Sixth Sense. I think that's just what it is with him.
Right out the gate, his best movie this is arguable, I guess, to certain people, but to me, it's still his best movie he's ever made.
Yeah, I don't.
And he hasn't, in my eyes, been able to top it. So
it's hard to top something like that, and I'm pretty sure that's, I believe it's second or third highest grossing horror movie of all time. I believe when we've talked about that in the past, I believe it passed it. I'm pretty sure it's second or third. So yeah, you can't deny that.
Yeah. Kind of moving on to the next headline. So The Shining, there was a screen used axe prop, and it's on auction right now, and the current bid as of the show currently is $55,000 for that screen used axe. I
just figured Smoke already had this in his collection. I didn't know it was up for auction.
Yeah, there's also the that knife you see on the screen that's on another auction. I think it's signed by Danny Lloyd, and that is I believe it's expected to go fetch a few grand. But there was also another axe that was recently sold by the prop store. Anybody want to guess on what that fetched?
Now, was that one used in the film?
Yeah.
Well,
it was recently sold at auction.
If that one's currently 55, I guess at last check, carry the one. I'll say $100,000.
$209,000 is what it sold for.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah,
Damn, that's almost $250,000, huh?
right. Yeah, it's a lot. But no, we also covered The Shining in episode number 33 in the Spook Show archives.
And
Yeah,
34
I
was
missed that one.
it was a double bill because we did Doctor Sleep right after that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was. Yeah,
our
Shining
our
and
first quote unquote and only double bill that we've done is The Shining and Doctor Sleep.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh well, jingle bell. That rounds out the headlines. So
Fan
yeah.
experiences, conventions, events. I only found
Oh, son
one
of a bitch.
when I was digging around. What you got? What happened?
I think I fucked.
Well, we'll go with
Yeah.
that. We'll skip to that. There you see it. The top 5 from this past weekend. That's the weekend of April 15th through the 17th. Number 5 was the debut of Father Stew, the latest from Marky Mark there.
Yeah.
Number 4, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That's one of the latest from A24.
Yeah.
That one actually jumped up from number 6.
Hmm.
The rare jump up. But I'm assuming it's probably playing in more theaters now, which is probably why it jumped up like that. But
Yeah.
let's see, number 3, The Lost City. It held steady from last week. Number 2, down from number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 made $29.3 million for a total so far in 2 weeks of $118.9 million. And number 1 in its debut week, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. That's the latest from the Harry Potter universe, whatever they're calling that. That was just over $42 million.
So I had actually screwed this up. As you can see, I'm pretty sure that the fan experience is actually the next slide. So I may have completely foobarred this.
And see what pops up next. Go ahead and that's the new releases. What do you know?
Who knows, man?
Luckily, we only have 2 new releases this week.
Yeah.
Virus 32, that comes out tomorrow, April 21st on Shudder. And then this Friday on Video on Demand, we've got We're All Going to the World's Fair. That is a title.
Yeah.
And now I read some description because I was like, what the fuck? Because, that title grabs you. Like, we're all going to the World's Fair. What the hell is that about? Apparently, there's some kind of online World's Fair competition or something. So it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of got like that fear.com type of, not necessarily found footage, but like it's filmed on Zoom or like on Messenger kind of thing going for it. So, yeah, those are the only 2 new releases that we could find.
Let's take a look at the draw and see what's next.
All right. Hey, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
The only convention that's this weekend is in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and it is Calgary Expo 2022.
No, I'm only laughing. Why'd you say it like that?
Calgary,
Alberta,
Canada. You don't remember there was a wrestler, God almighty, back in like the late 90s, Lance Storm, I think it was, that used to say, I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Anyway, that's where it's at, Calgary Expo 2022, and it's this weekend, April 21st through the 24th, so that's actually tomorrow through Sunday, Thursday through Sunday, a 4-day con. Of course, it's a comic convention with anime, fantasy, gaming, horror, sci-fi, TV, and video gaming programming. Guests include, and it's a pretty good guest list here. The highlights are Brendan Fraser, William Shatner, John Cleese from Monty Python. That's pretty cool. Elijah Wood and like Sean Astin and a handful of the like pretty much all of the hobbits from Lord of the Rings, all those dudes. Robert Englund, Michael Rooker.
Damn, it's pretty damn big.
Yeah,
that's pretty friggin' huge.
Kevin Smith and tons more. So yeah, I guess maybe because it is 4 days and it's in Calgary. And it's like basically the only big convention that I could find anywhere pretty much in the damn world going on. They've got all of the good guests. So yeah, if you're up in Canada, you got some stuff to do.
Yep.
All right, let's spin the wheel, see what's next here. Hey, it's the Craster piece poll again.
So
like you needed to be reminded of these 4 stinkers. No holds barred.
I mean, this month's bowel movement.
Yeah, do we have a? Well, I know what was it? We got less than 2 weeks left in the month. Do we have a? I'm assuming you're. Is there any kind of clear cut leader here?
No, not really. But you've
Well, that's
got until April 30th. At the old 11:59 p.m. mark. So that's not this Saturday, but the next Saturday night, April 30th, to cast your vote for No Holds Barred, Cats, The Wicker Man, or Super Mario Brothers.
Just the way you said cats.
Cats.
Like you're disgusting.
And
Sorry.
I'm what do they call that where you enjoy pain? Is that sadomasochist? Masochist?
Something like that, I think.
That's me because I chose Cats. Thinking like, well, if we're putting up crap, let's put up some crap. So of course that's probably what we'll win, but we'll see.
Yeah,
and
there is.
We didn't have any horror anniversary dates this week, by the way.
No,
there were none to speak of, so that's why we didn't have that.
I saw where this is personal information, I guess, but I saw where your wife is trying to get Cats ahead so that to torture you with Josh.
Yeah, she's got a whole campaign. Got a whole campaign. If you're in her bubble, don't listen to her.
Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if are we voting on our own stuff too? Is that a thing that we can do?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've pretty well established
okay.
We can all vote for or against any of this stuff, and we can all of us included. It's not like this is if you work for the company, you can't play. Yeah, you can't play kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everybody can vote, and you can vote as many times as you want. We encourage you to go over to patreon.com/spookshow. You don't have to be a patron to vote. The poll is right there. You can just go vote. You can go on all of our socials where we've posted this shit. You can just go on an unrelated thing and just say Cats, and we'll get
it.
Yeah, we'll count it. So
this movie's not in the poll, but if you made a no, I won't say it. It's something we talk about in Phantasm. I'll leave it for Phantasm. Just leave it for Phantasm.
Yeah.
Probably know where I was going to go, but
yeah, we'll get there soon enough. That's next week.
Yeah. Yep.
No, just got another vote.
Well, there you go. Cats. God Almighty. I think that's 2. That counts for 2 votes. Tiana had to put up a picture of emoji. A cat and then the word cats.
I guess I shouldn't have been mentioning something about wives and voting for cats to torture us because apparently,
yeah,
that was listened to. And
it's not just torture on me. He's got to watch it too. So
that's what I said. Yeah.
This is gonna
laugh
suck.
it up. Laugh it up.
It almost doesn't matter what we.
No, well, they all.
It's
suck.
just gonna suck.
There's varying degrees of suck. That one's the worst, I think.
All right.
Whatever. What else we got?
We've got.
the
coming soon.
Episode 106, The Big Lebowski. We're all looking forward to that one.
Oh man.
Episode 107, just because I've never seen it. Session 9, I'm looking forward to that. And then by the end of the month, Craster Peace Theater number 2, Taking a Deuce. Nothing but trouble. God, that one. Good Lord Almighty.
You'll never eat hot dogs the same way again.
No.
No wiener wiggle.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's probably enough. Have we done enough? Can we leave now?
Yeah. that's gonna be it.
I'm out. I'm done. I'm just disgusted by the thought of cats, so we're just gonna leave it there. You can see all the
All right,
show. Now you know where to find us. So we will talk to you next week.
All right. See you guys.
Later.